Here's the podcast script. There's an opinion piece in the New York Times with a stark warning: beware the purging of General Donahue. You might remember the image. It went everywhere. A single grainy figure, lit in the green glow of night vision goggles, stepping toward the back of an Air Force transport plane. That was General Christopher Donahue, the last American soldier to leave Afghanistan, 1 minute before President Biden's August 31, 2021 deadline. He was the commander of the 82nd Airborne, deployed on an emergency basis to protect Americans and their allies during the chaotic final days of the withdrawal. Now, according to New York Times opinion columnist David French, Donahue is the latest casualty of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's purge of senior military leadership. To understand why this matters, you need to know who Donahue is. When he arrived in Kabul, the Afghan government had already collapsed. He walked into near-total chaos and worked to impose order. He later told military investigators that he was blunt with the Taliban, telling them directly that American forces would control the gates, and that if the Taliban fought them on it, quote, we would be able to kill more of them than they would ever hope to kill of us. After that, their tone changed. His career beyond Afghanistan is equally impressive. He commanded Delta Force, arguably the most elite branch of Army Special Forces. He was instrumental in the campaign to destroy the ISIS caliphate in Syria and Iraq. He helped Ukraine plan its 2022 counteroffensive against Russia. And the tributes to him from across the military establishment are striking. Admiral William McRaven, the man who directed the raid that killed Osama bin Laden, called Donahue one of the most brilliant officers I know, adding that he has the respect of every man and woman who ever served with him. General Mark Hertling echoed that exact word, respect. Even Republican Congressman Rich McCormick said Donahue's departure was unfortunate, saying, and I'm quoting here, I have mad respect for that guy. So why is he out? Officially, his command in Europe was downsizing from a 4-star position to a 3-star one, leaving him with nowhere to go. But as the Washington Post reported, Hegseth actively stonewalled efforts to keep him. The message, French argues, was clear. There's one other detail worth noting. In 2023, Donahue pushed back on Republican claims that the military had gone woke. He told an interviewer, we're focused on people, war fighting, and making sure that we're prepared for the next fight. There ain't no woke here. French connects Donahue's departure to a broader pattern. The Trump administration has removed a long list of generals and admirals, without explanation, without any evidence of misconduct. Some were obvious political targets. General Charles Brown Jr., the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and the second black officer to hold that post, was fired after Hegseth accused him of being too woke. French also places this purge in a larger context of what he sees as mounting dysfunction. The administration, he argues, launched an undeclared war without public support. After 275 people at Lackland Air Force Base fell ill with the flu, the Pentagon had to reinstate mandatory flu vaccines after Hegseth had made them optional. And the Wall Street Journal reported last week that damage to an American naval base in Bahrain was far more extensive than the administration had disclosed, with satellite imagery access reportedly restricted to limit public visibility of the damage. French's argument, at its core, is this: Hegseth inherited a military shaped by generations of training, values, and institutional culture. A Secretary of Defense can turn the rudder, but a big ship doesn't change course overnight. What's happening now, French warns, is that the morale, effectiveness, and integrity of that institution are under siege, and the purging of someone like Christopher Donahue is a sign of just how far that has gone. That's the story, and for now, that's where we'll leave it. Word count *640 words, comfortably in the 3 to 5 minute range at an average speaking pace of 130 to 150 words per minute.